Hello, I'm Ollie and this is Criminolly, where I talk about crime, pulp, horror, that kind of thing. And today I've got a book haul for you. So yeah, I've got a small book haul for you today with a nice variety of stuff in it. So some kids books, some manga, some horror, some westerns, all sorts of different stuff. So I will go through these with you today. Do let me know in the comments if you've read any of these books and what you thought of them. Interested to know if there's any that people think I should be prioritising. But yeah, anyway, without further ado, let me get on. So the first thing is a book that was sent to me by my sister for my birthday, which looks fun. So it is Driftglass by Samuel R. Delaney. So the only book I've read by Samuel Delaney is Hog, which is one of the most horrifying and disgusting and disturbing books I've ever read. He was also well known as a sci-fi writer, and I think this is his science fiction. So this is a series of science fiction short stories, so hopefully it won't be quite as appalling as Hog was. He has a great reputation as a science fiction writer, so interested to see what this is like. Next up then, a few things that were sent to me by the publisher. So I get these random boxes every so often of like manga and light novels and things like that from Hachette, the publisher. So they sent me 5 things which look quite interesting. So one of which I've read already actually. So there were 2 kids middle grade crime light novels. About a canine detective Chris, who's a police dog. So I've read the first of these already, and it was fun. So these are, anyway, let me show you the covers because they're so cute. So Canine Detective Chris, Volume 1, The Shibu Inu Detective Tracks Down the Stolen Jewels by Tomoko Tabi. And then the second one, also by Tomoko Tabi, is Book 2, The Shibu Inu Detective Investigates a Haunted Mansion. So that one sounds even better. I enjoyed the first one, but I like the idea of a haunted mansion in the second one. So we'll give that a try at some point. Then 2, I'm not sure if these are middle grade or YA, maybe they're still middle grade, but 2 horror ones. So about a character called Horror Collector. These are by Midori Sato and Norio Tsuruta. So the first one is The Faceless Kid. So again, the covers make these look really fun. And then the second one is The Cursed Game of Tag, which is a really interesting concept. I hadn't spotted that's what it was about before. Yeah, that sounds interesting. So yeah, we'll see what that's like. And then a manga as well. Oh no, actually, I thought this was a manga. It's not. It's another light novel. This looks a bit more appropriate for me, or a bit more age appropriate for me anyway. So it's Amalgam Hound, which is a great name. The Criminal Investigation Bureau Special Investigation Unit. So it feels like that's kind of a bit of repetition there. Anyway, it's by Midori Komai. With illustrations by Domino Ozaki. So this is a light novel, volume 1 in the series. Let me read you the blurb because I haven't read this yet, but it looks quite interesting. I do quite like the cover. So, a faithful hound or a violent machine. Amalgams, fearsome tactical weapons deployed to the front lines of battle. As the leader of a special investigation unit tasked with hunting down rogue amalgams, Theo Starling, that's a great name, has no love for these tools of war. In a strange twist of fate, he's assigned a partner named Eleven, who looks like a young girl, but she's actually an astonishingly lifelike amalgam. And though Eleven is capable of understanding human emotions, Theo must cast aside his reservations as they work together to uncover a terrorist plot threatening the nation. That does look quite fun. And I guess it's YA, so it's ages 16 and up. So is that YA? Or new adult, maybe? Anyway, that looks fun. Next up, a few things that were sent to me. In fact, all the rest of the things were sent to me by the authors or publishers. So first up, we have The Body Harvest by Michael J. Seidlinger. So I read Michael J. Seidlinger's, I guess his last book, which I can't... I'm looking to see if the title of it is on here. Because I can't remember. I think it was called Anybody Home, so it was like a home invasion type book, which I didn't love, if I'm honest. I thought it was okay, but I didn't love it. Anyway, the publisher has sent me his latest, The Body Harvest. So let me read you the blurb of that, and we'll see what it sounds like together. Will is a fraud. Olivia is a wreck. They meet at a grief share group and quickly bond over their brokenness. They also have a peculiar hobby. They seek out sickness. We'll hunt for the latest strain of flu. Olivia doesn't feel comfortable in her body if she isn't suffering from a fever. They become virus chasers, finding confidence in their ability to conquer every affliction they come across. Okay, that actually does sound quite interesting. It's definitely an interesting concept, and I do quite like the cover as well. So look forward to giving that a try at some point. The next book also has Harvest in the title, which is a weird coincidence. So the author of these two sent them to me. One is a novella, one is a novel. So the author is A.W. James. The novella is called Harvest Blood. So that looks pretty good. So let me read you the blurb of that. Every Halloween, a child goes missing from the small town of Maryville, Massachusetts. There are no clues, no evidence, and no witnesses. Sheriff Hal Nash is determined to stop a 10th child from disappearing on his watch. He'll do anything to make the town safe again. When a journalist comes to him with a story that connects the recent disappearances to a number of ritualistic murders in Rhode Island over 100 years ago, Hal is sceptical. The story sounds like just another crazy theory about Maryville's missing, but today is Halloween and he feels duty-bound to investigate. What he uncovers is more horrifying than anything he could have imagined. That sounds pretty fun. That does sound pretty fun. And then the other one is The Haunting of Crow House, which is a novel. So let me read you the blurb of that as well. Crow House sits by a lake in the woods. Tragedy strikes all who live within its walls. Mike Wilson brings his family to the house, unaware of its past or the rumours that surround the place. For Mike, this move is a fresh start after losing his job in the city. He and his family can live in Crow House for free. All he has to do is keep the rambling old house in working order. But the Wilson family will soon come to realise why Crow House is spoken of in whispers, why the lake behind the house is the subject of dark local legends, and why the presence in the woods has brought them here. Okay, again, that sounds pretty fun, so look forward to giving that a try. Whoops, as usual, my stacking of books that I've talked about is not great, and they did just topple over and nearly take my laptop with them, but I managed to catch them in time. Right, okay, so next up we have 3 westerns. So these are from a publisher called Black Horse. So Black Horse Westerns are a common sight in British libraries. I think they're a British publisher. I don't know if these books are published internationally or not, but you do see these in libraries all the time. And they're really nicely done. They are smallish hardback books, which just have a really nice solid feel to them. I get the impression that they are designed to be read again and again and again. And they seem like really nicely just constructed. There's just something satisfying about the feel of these books in the hand. Anyway, the author, who is Dirk Hawkman, so that is not his real name. I'm not going to tell you his real name, but that is definitely a pseudonym. But yes, Dirk Hawkman sent me 3 of his westerns to read for June on the Range, which obviously is coming very soon. So looking forward to all of these. So we've got Vulture Wings, Double Barreled, and Tex and Secrets. So let me read you the blurb of Tex and Secrets. Sheriff Owen Rowland's closest friend Renard has gone missing. Searching his friend's ransacked house, the lawman finds a dying man on the bed, but no signs of Renard. Determined to track down his friend, Rowland investigates links to a mysterious gang, only to find that his old friend was not what he seemed. As he hunts down the gang to their mountain lair, a deadly secret is unravelled, and the sheriff finds that his world is flipped upside down. That sounds like a lot of fun. I'm really looking forward to reading these. They are clearly perfect for June on the Range, but even if June on the Range wasn't coming up, I'd be reading these because they look great. And then finally, I had from the publisher Flame Tree Press, the latest book from Mark Morris. So Mark Morris, a fantastic horror writer, started out in the 80s and still going today, clearly, wrote Toady, which is a fantastic kind of mix of horror and fantasy. A really great book. Published in the States as, I think, The Horror Club, I think it was called over there. But that version is, I think, a bit shorter than Toady. I think it takes some of the fantasy stuff out. So yeah, Toady I thoroughly recommend if you haven't read it. It's kind of, some people sometimes call it the British It. And you can see why. It has a similar kind of coming of age flavour, but a really creepy horror stuff going on as well. Anyway, Mark Morris's latest book is That Which Stands Outside, which sounds fantastic. So let me again read you the blurb of that. After Tob... okay, so firstly, I've mispronounced the first name, which is Todd, which is a very easy name to pronounce. The second name is, I think, Yrsa, Y-R-S-A. So I'm going to go with Yrsa, but yeah, I managed to stumble over the easy to pronounce name before even getting to the difficult to pronounce name. Anyway, I'll start again. After Todd rescues Yrsa from muggers one night, it quickly develops into a romance. When Ursa's mother died, Todd accompanies her to her childhood home, a small Nordic island. They are received with only hostility, which Yrsa attributes to the fact that the island's inhabitants are resentful of her. However, one of Ursa's old schoolmates tells Todd that Yrsa is not what he thinks she is and that he should leave while he can. But when the island is rocked by a series of devastating events, Todd finds himself caught up in a terrifying battle, one which threatens the future of the world itself. So that sounds fantastic. I'm really, really looking forward to reading this one. I do love the cover as well. I don't know how well that's showing up, but there's a real kind of intricacy to the artwork on the cover. And I really like the design as well. So yes, looking forward to that one. And then finally, another kids book. So this was sent to me by the author, but it was sent so beautifully packaged that I need to show you. I need to like give you the whole experience. So this is how it arrived from the States. So opening this up, inside is and this is so to kind of preface this. This is kind of like a throwback to kind of the Goosebumps book. So it's that kind of style of nostalgic kids horror fiction. So this is what is inside. So this lovely kind of, I guess this is vintage. I don't know if this is new, but it certainly looks like it came from the 80s. So this lovely kind of folder with stickers stuck on. So there's like a kind of unicorn sticker there. There's a Smurf sticker there, which is definitely very 80s. There's kind of a glittery spider there. And then on the back, there's an MTV sticker and a Slush Puppy sticker. So absolutely wonderful so far. I was like totally sold on this before I even opened it. And then inside, you've got the book. So let me show you the book first. So the book is Cruel Nature. The author is D.B. Albiza. I hope I'm pronouncing that correctly. So this is 7 horror short stories for kids. D.B. Albiza, I think, is a teacher and wanted to write stories that would engage her pupils. So this looks like just a fun set of short horror stories. So looking forward to that. Also comes with a nice bookmark with the cover image on it. But then also in here we've got like a little sticker again with the cover image, and then just fantastic stuff. So a handwritten letter to me talking about the book and thanking me for accepting a copy of it. But then also some stuff about like D.B. Albiza, so kind of her background and things like that, and then also a book, kind of one sheet about the book itself, so kind of promo sheet for the book, but done like a page ripped out of an exercise book. I just thought it was really beautifully presented. So yeah, a fantastic effort, and look forward to reading the book. It is out now. It came out in March. So if you like the look of it, do check Amazon and you should be able to find yourself a copy. All your bookseller of choice. No sooner had I finished filming than the postman came with, guess what, another book. So I thought I would film that as well and include it in the video. So here it is. I'm starting to worry about this Black Box of Doom by Jason Pargin, also known as David Wong, the author of John Dies at the End. I saw Jason Pargin talking about this on his Instagram account. It sounds really, really fun. So I'm very pleased to have managed to snag an advanced reader copy of it. It doesn't actually come out until September, I think. Let me read you the blurb and you can make up your own minds about whether you think it sounds awesome. I definitely do, and it feels like one of those books that's destined to become a movie. I just think the central concept is brilliant. Okay, here's the blurb. Outside Los Angeles, a driver pulls up to find a young woman sitting on a large black box. She offers him $200,000 cash to transport her and that box across the country to Washington, D.C. But there are rules. He cannot look inside the box. He cannot ask questions. He cannot tell anyone. They must leave immediately. He must leave all trackable devices behind. As these eccentric misfits hit the road, rumours spread on social media that the box is part of a carefully orchestrated terror attack intended to plunge the USA into civil war. The truth promises to be even stranger and may change how you see the world. So yeah, really looking forward to reading this. Yeah, let me know what you think of it in the comments. I just think this sounds fab. Anyway, I will leave it there and say, as always, thanks very much for watching. Hope you're safe and well out there. Hope you're reading good stuff. And I'll speak to you again very soon. Cheerio.